Everything is beautiful in its own way.
Mama, when are you going to stop treating me like I'm your prize stallion?
Beats being a gelding.
Now you're talking dirty.
Fire! Jump!
He's a man, and he's proud, and he's all Tennessee. He was raised to believe we're all equal and free. Like the Crockett's, like the Jacksons, like the stories that you've heard. He's a man who's a man of his word. And the road he's chosen to follow brings him to this place and time. Now he wears the badge, Nashville 99. From those mountains and those valleys and those lazy country days to the busy streets of Nashville and those hectic city ways. That's the life of a man who's just one of a kind. He's the man behind the badge, Nashville 99.
Father, make us more grateful for these and all our blessings. Lead, guard, guide, and direct us. And Lord, please help Mama to stop smoking. And failing that, Lord, please help her to stop hiding and sneaking it. Amen.
Son, if I'd known you were going to grow up to be a nag, I'd have taken the switch to you more often.
Lehman, you better take it easy. It takes 10 pounds of feed to make 1 pound of beef, and at the rate you're going, you're almost ready for market.
Sure is good, ma'am. Well, thank you, Lehman. It's hard to get a kind word around here. Stoney's got me down for a nicotine fiend. Wilkie, he's got his nose out of joint because I'm bound and determined to sell off the cattle.
Hello.
Lieutenant, it's Luther. Well, I hate to bug you on your day off.
That's okay. Did you get with your snitch?
Yes, sir. It's more than we even hoped. This hooker he's gonna bring in, she knows a whole heap.
Yeah, but will she tell it all?
I'd bet on it. We got a bus coming that'll blow your mind in Fry Ferris Hyder.
Any way you can talk to her before you deal?
Oh, no, sir. The way I read it, she's scared out of her gourd, scared of Hyder and scared of us.
Yeah, that's what bothers me. Maybe she's too scared to testify.
Oh, no, sir. The snitch swears she will if he gets his 500 and she gets her letter of immunity from the DA.
Okay, Luther. I've been waiting a long time to clean up on Hyder. So I'm going to buy your snitch's story. I guess because I want to believe it.
Yes, sir. Noble speaking. Now, I got your 500 in the letter like I promised. Now, where do we meet?
You know Carson Lake?
Yeah, the service road over across the dam. Well, there's a path off it just to your left. Say half an hour. A path to the left. Okay, half an hour.
Well, thank you kindly, Noble. Now, let's get back to Jolene.
Look, I done like you said with the cop chigger. 'Cause it just about evens things up with me and them. But I ain't gonna have you wasting Jolene.
Don't worry about Jolene, boy. Worry about you. Now, where is she?
I ain't about to tell you.
Don't bother yelling, Noble. Ain't nobody gonna hear you. Now, one last time, where's Jolene?
Jolene? Jolene, where are you, honey? Jolene! Jolene, speak up, missy. Come on, missy. Don't be afraid, honey. It's just a lady selling Bibles and she's gone.
For sure, ain't Jessie?
For sure. Now, come on, honey. Come on. Come on, don't be like that. Come on.
Mercy, you're a regular Johnny Weissmuller.
Who's that?
Tarzan, that's who.
Never heard of tell me.
Merlin, that there young'un doesn't know who Tarzan is.
He probably doesn't know who the president is either.
Well, as soon as you get back to town, I want you to get my boys a Tarzan movie, you hear? I'm paying for it.
All right, boys, let's pack the tents up.
I don't want you guys here. Come on, have a
Well, I thought I'd better let you know how good I've done it. Noble and the cop he was dealing with, everything went just fine.
I got something to tell you, too, Mr. Hatter. It's gonna make your day.
Jolene, what about Jolene? Well, Noble wouldn't scare us, so we still don't know where she's at.
But we got her people looking for her, and I took it on myself to fix it so we got time to spare finding her.
Comes down to who's going to find her first, us or them. Now, you read this, and you'll know that they want her as bad as we do.
DA's given her immunity.
Sugar, won't you tell him about the $500 you took off the cop along with the letter?
Oh, I forgot to about this.
Sure you did, Sugar.
You think I needed this?
You're a fool. Now, both of you get out here and get Jolene before it's Stony up to us.
That's what I come to tell you, Mr. Hyder. I took care of that.
What the hell are you talking about?
I put him out. Made it like an accident.
When he gets on that tractor, it's gonna blow up.
Why, you beetle brain, don't you realize with Stony Huff dead, there ain't a cop in Tennessee's gonna quit till he gets to you? Then to me?
You'll be okay, kid.
Easy, baby. Easy. Must have been me that put that gasoline in the diesel tank. Like the man says, you get older, you get addled.
Now, come on. Bertie is nearly as old as you are. If she catches you talking that way, she'll raise a lump on your head for sure.
Well, I reckon a fella who just beat the devil's got a right to laugh. But I don't see anything funny in it.
What's your call of that, Mom?
He's on his way.
Lieutenant Huff, it's for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Lieutenant Huff.
16-2, we've got a man down, Luther Byram, Carson Lake, Area 3.
Where are we, Cato?
Looks like some damn fool hunter's wild shot. We're talking to him over there. I got Trace down by the lake with the body.
"24 years old when that's the end of him. Zipped up in a bag.
Hell of a way to go, huh? First case. Yeah, he was so excited when he called this morning. So proud of what he'd done. A month ago, he was in uniform in a zone car.
Yeah. I mean, some inked up yo-yo pop a cap at you. Okay, you expect that. That's the kind of business we're in. But this, an accident, a dumb, stupid accident.
Yeah, an accident. Trace, did you find an envelope on him?
No, sir. He had his pistol and he had $8, and that's it.
He was carrying $500 in cash.
$500?
Who found him?
The kid over there with Cato.
Morning, son. I'm Lieutenant Huff. When you found the officer, did you find any money in an envelope?
No, sir. You gonna put me in jail?
Put you in jail? Hey, I can't put you in jail for crying. As a matter of fact, I feel like crying myself.
I didn't mean to kill him. If I did it, I didn't mean to.
That your shotgun? Well, it couldn't have been you that did it. It was a double-barrel gun. Had to be somebody else. Now, you go tell your daddy I said to take you home.
Oh, where did you arrive at the notion it was double-barrel shotgun?
I made it up.
You made it up?
Hey, you wouldn't want that boy to carry a burden like that for the rest of his life, would you? Let's go.
seen some freaking weird suicides in my life.
Suicide? Yeah. And Luther could have been shot by a hunter.
But you don't think so?
Well, it doesn't take much thinking to smell a skunk in a hen house. Luther and Noble were both dealing for a woman named Jolene Mason, who's willing to testify against Ferris Hyder. Now, Luther and Noble are both dead.
And Jolene?
Yeah. Now think about her. Noble hasn't come through with a free ticket from the DA's office yet. What's she gonna do?
Well, if she trusts him, she comes here. And, or she calls. And if she doesn't, well, she does some heavy praying and starts to run.
Trace, I want this reported as a John Doe suicide. I don't want anybody to know that Noble's dead.
Oh, I got you. We get the owner to put up a close repair sign, and we just sit here and we wait on a chance Jolene to come by, right?
Wrong.
Oh.
You sit and wait.
I sit and wait.
Trace, we are that close to nailing Hyder's tail. That close. But if he gets to Jolene Mason before we do, she's dead, he's safe, and we're right back where we started 2 years ago.
Well, where you going?
I'm going to bluff a guy that I'm sure has never been bluffed before.
Out the way! Make him gain every inch of it!
Don't let him beat us on that. Come on.
Did you see that? That's a backbone of a football team, a good defensive line. Man, we got the beef this year.
Mr. Hyder.
Hey, this don't mean nothing to you, does it? Somebody told me you went to school here. Man, I didn't even finish the 8th grade.
How long have you known Noble Athos?
Listen, I'm going to tell you one more time. I never heard tell of no Noble Athos. I'm sorry about that cop getting killed. And I never heard tell of no Jolene, whatever her name is. Now, what are you after, Huff? I mean, what are you really after?
Your hide.
Well, this is a pretty tough old hide I'm wearing.
That's for sure, and that's for certain.
You better find out what's underneath it before you start trying to peel it off.
I reckon I got an idea.
No, you haven't. Let me tell you something. I came up helping my old man dig greens and fatback out of a few acres of mountain land. I never had a pair of shoes, didn't have cardboard in the soles until I started running liquor for a one-eyed bootlegger with a good heart, and I was 15 then.
Now that you got it made.
Now that I got it made, I can afford to spread it around. You see, the better I do, the more I can do for others. But don't let that make you think I forgot how to hold on to this hat of mine.
I'll bet you have. But you better believe I'm gonna peel it. I find any more bodies in Nashville, all your lawyers are gonna be working overtime just to keep your hide in one piece.
I got the people you wanted to see in your office.
Thanks, Cato. Barry, that Chaldu case comes up today. Make sure the grand jury reports are in. You got your vest on? Okay. Gentlemen. Vice?
Yes, sir.
Patrol?
Yes, sir.
Traffic?
Yes, sir.
Flight operations?
Yes, sir.
Investigations?
Yes, sir.
Intelligence?
Yes, sir.
Homicide?
Yes, sir.
Robbery?
Yes, sir.
Car theft?
Yes, sir.
All right. Before dark, I want every man in this department, on duty or off, out looking for Jolene Mason. Use your snitches, call in your IOUs. Don't miss an alley, a crib, a good time house, a bootlegger, the airport, bus station, depot. Talk to madams, hookers, pimps, social workers, and do it all in double time. We are in a race, and Ferris Hyder has a long head start.
Zelma, you know something, you lead a charmed life, Rita Stoneyhoff does. In the future, you do just what I tell you, not a whit more.
Yes, sir.
Not a whiff for Jolene, but the cops ain't doing no better.
At least so far, they ain't. Man, they're swarming all over this town. They're every place.
That's good, because I got a feeling Jolene's a far piece from here. A friend of mine over in Hickman County says there's a white woman staying with a black granny.
Let's do it together. Rocket time.
Is that Cato is holding down my place at the wax museum.
Does she know how to get us?
Yes.
If Jolene calls, I want to hear it fast.
Well, she's hauled up somewhere good, and I don't know. If we don't get a lead in here, I don't know where to look.
I don't want to hear that, you understand? But I don't even want you to think it. We pressured that girl into staking her life.
I know that.
All right, so we find the girl.
Well, folks up there on Rocky Top, they don't grow corn. How's it go? Oh yeah, that's why all the folks on Rocky Top get their corn from a jar. Let's do it together. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Here we go. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Oh yeah, you done good.
Thank you.
You got your part. Why don't you take a break and I'll rehearse the guys.
Okay.
Hey, Stoney.
Hey, Ray.
I want to do Everything Is Beautiful, the modulation. You know, I want to do it a little slower than we've been doing it, about like this. Everything is beautiful in its own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. Everything is beautiful in its own way. Like a starry summer night, or a snow-covered winter day. Everybody's beautiful in every way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. Yeah, I'd like to try just the instrumental part.
What's your problem, Trace?
Well, it's my blood pressure. It's my blood pressure. See, every time I get around her, it just, you know, sky high. I don't know.
Raleigh, know her?
Jolene Mason. Only she doesn't look that good anymore.
Well, if she were hiding, where would I look?
Well, she used to hang out in Printer's Alley.
Well, we checked it out, and are there any other possibilities?
There's this high roller, Al Remo.
Checked him, nothing.
How about this Madam Sandy D?
Oh, yeah, we got a stakeout on her.
I'm sorry I can't be of more help, Stoney. Maybe Ray can help you.
Ray knows her?
Not professionally.
Hey, Stoney. I know you wouldn't fix a speeding ticket for your own mother, but how about for a friend? I got a good excuse.
Well, Judge Lewis is a fan of yours. Why don't you put your excuse to music and sing it to him?
Mr. Compassion. Take a break, guys.
Hey, Ray, do me a favor, will you?
Do you a favor?
Yeah.
Put it to music and sing it to me.
Okay, we're even.
What do you got?
Know her?
Yeah, I've seen her. Jolene Mason. You know a guy named Ferris Hyder?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, he was beating up on her out in the parking lot. I was just walking by and I sort of stepped between them.
You know what the fight was all about?
He wanted some book, but she didn't have it.
You don't know what book?
Well, she was crying and he was yelling. I think it was a diary, but I'm not sure. That's just a guess.
Okay. Oh, listen, Ray. I will take care of that ticket for you.
You will? Well, thank you, Stoney.
Just mail me your check for $20.
Mr. Compassion.
Jigger, you want to get out?
Ain't nobody coming in my house unless I invite them. And I ain't inviting nobody who I don't know. Now get out of here before I call the law.
Now just take it easy, Annie. Just have a look, we'll be gone. No use making such a fuss. Jolene in here, Jigger.
Loretta. Oh, pick it out, Butterball.
Heads?
Heads.
Coffee.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Thank you.
Now watch it, it's hot.
Thank you, Trace.
By the way, I checked on the radio while I was getting the coffee, and ain't much changed. The bad guys are still looking, the good guys are still looking, and Jolene's in the middle somewhere.
You know, it ought to be the most natural thing in the world for somebody in trouble to call the police.
Oh, I agree with you. Don't you agree with that, Sergeant? I mean, I really do. We're kind, we're helpful, we're lovable, we're understanding. We're the fuzz, the heat, the creep. We're Mickey Metro.
Hello. He isn't here right now, but I'll take a message.
Who is this?
Don't hang up. Just listen and stay on the line. I'm Lieutenant Huff, Metro Police. I have the letter you want from the DA.
How do I know you're really who you say you are?
I'll meet you any place you want. And there'll be a zone car there so you know it's the police.
Okay. Printer's Alley. If I see a zone car, pull up into the parking garage. I'll meet you in front of Charlie's bar.
Let's go.
Why keep on smiling, and the whole world will smile with you. Whenever you crying, keep right on a crying, and the sun shining through. But when you're crying,
Jolene's Elmo.
Trace, check for witness.
Yes, sir.
Well, she's had it.
Damn.
Hit and run driver, Lieutenant. Somewhere in this town, the yo-yo that drove that car's riding around laughing at us.
What you got, Trace?
Not much, I'm afraid. The barker decides says he thinks it was a blue Chevy that hit her, but he ain't sure, and he didn't get the license.
Is that a pocketbook?
Yeah, but there's not much in it. $2, some loose change, a couple of joints, a date book full of scribbling.
That it just doesn't lose, does it? He whipped us again.
Morning, Wilkie. Morning, Mama.
If that's supposed to take the place of a phone call telling me you wouldn't be home all night, won't do.
Sorry about that, Mama. I got to reading this little book, and as they say, I just couldn't put it down.
I'd ask you what's in it, but I got a notion it's too much from a Baptist upbringing.
I'll give Wilkie a hand with those catfish before I go to work.
Those catfish aren't catfish, they're brim.
Well, how come? That new county agent promised me catfish. They're better fishing.
Well, I ordered brim. They're better eating. If you'd called me, I'd have stayed with the catfish. When you didn't, it made me so darn mad I told Wilkie to get brim. And I smoked 4 cigarettes. Right in front of the preacher, too.
Oh, yeah? Reverend Gilliam dropped by?
Yeah, he did. And I got a surprise for you. Matter of fact, I got 2 surprises. Jonas Pardee's going to Atlanta. And Reverend Gillum wants you to sing with the choir Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
What?
That's about time.
And the second surprise is, there's a nice young widow moved in on the Layton place. And
She's coming to dinner tonight. Mama, when are you going to stop treating me like I'm your prize stallion?
Beats being a gelding.
Now, you're talking dirty.
At my age, you can talk any way you want to. I would like to see you have a son, or I run out of time and you run out of steam.
Don't you worry about my running out of steam. Just stop trying to find me all these...
Stonewall Jackson, Huff. You say another word and I'll smoke a carton before sundown. Now, this widow's perfect for a widower like you. She's got a little money put by and she's got 60 acres. I look at her and I can see...
And you see a broodmare. Well, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm not coming home for dinner tonight. I got to work.
Well, how come you didn't tell me that before I told you about the widow?
I didn't know I had to work before you told me about the widow.
Light me.
Oh, Mama. You have that file on Jolene Mason yet? I've been waiting an hour already, honey. I got work to do.
Well, I got work to do, too. I bet nobody around here is willing to let me do it. I'm too busy doing woman's work.
All right, look. Just give me the file, honey. I promise I'll reform everybody.
My name ain't Honey. It's Macy Greer, thank you.
And now, folks, for our music quiz. Who played guitar for Ernest Tubb in 1940?
Davy Morgan.
Butterball.
And the answer is Butterball.
That's the wrong drawer. Check the hooker file. You know what that is, don't you?
Oh, yes, I do know what a hooker is. And I know what a gentleman is, too. And I ain't seen either one of them since you come in here.
Look, I was just putting you on. Macy?
Oh, Lieutenant, I got a lab rundown on all this gear we collected at the wax museum.
Excuse me, I'm not one to hold a grudge, and I'd like to apologize.
Okay. I accept your apology.
Well, the truth is, I don't really want to apologize to you. But you see, this is my first day on the job, and I'd like to hold on to it because I'd like to stay in Nashville so I can sell my songs. And besides, they told me in there that you was a lieutenant. You know, you could get me fired, and I...
I wouldn't do anything like that. I mean, if there's anything this town needs, it's another songwriter. So your job is safe.
Lieutenant, I think I guess Santa Claus bring me one of them for Christmas.
I don't think you can get her down the chimney. This museum stuff been dusted for prints?
Sir, yes, sir. But all they got was a porcelain wine bottle.
There's only one place I know of you can get corncob wine. That's Hickman County. If you wants me, just ooga. Hey, Aunt Jessie.
Don't you hate me, Stony Huff. You ain't been to see me and ain't come around here since my James's funeral. Now, your mama, she don't forget where I live.
Well, she's probably still working on you to get that recipe for corncob wine.
Yes, and I'm gonna give it to her, too, when the Lord takes me.
Jessie, why don't you get some blue lotion for that? It'll work a lot better.
Yeah, you always was good with animal, except that time that you give that cow that mineral oil and locked her in the schoolhouse.
I remember that.
How about you and me sitting on the porch for a spell and having some of that corncob wine and some moon pie?
You got yourself a deal.
All right.
Tell me about the two men that came out in the car.
One of them had a butterfly on his wrist. And the other one that got out of the car to hold me, his name was Chigger, I recalls.
Would you know what kind of a car it was?
Chevy. A blue Chevy, I knows. Because the front of it was just like my boy's. He bought him a brand new one. He's doing real good.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. You tell him hey from me.
I sure will.
And Jessie, you mind coming downtown looking at some photographs? You might be able to identify those two guys in that blue Chevy.
I don't see why not. I got to do my chores. About sundown, you call me and I'll tell you when to come get me.
Okay.
Now, don't forget to give this to your mama.
Okay.
And I'll give you some, too, if you come see me soon.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go get you a poke to put that in. this money? You no-count rascal.
We are going to smash Ferris Hyder. We're going to stop reacting to him. We are going to push him, crowd him, drive him into reacting to us. Now, the computer people did a real job with Jolene's date book. For the first time, we know where Hyder makes his booze, runs his numbers, what joints he owns, who handles the cash. We have finally got what it takes to smoke him out, to force him to put his own tail on the line.
Hyder's not going to be baited, Lieutenant. He's a little too smart for that.
He'll wait us out.
He can't afford to wait. Look, if we start ripping up all his operations, he knows sooner or later we'll jug somebody who'll do what Jolene would have done. We gotta make him hate to go to sleep at night for fear of what we're gonna learn by morning.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I gotta agree with the sergeant. I mean, all we're gonna wind up with is a lockup full of his warthogs. And they ain't gonna stay in the tank no longer than it takes him to send him lawyers down here and bail them out.
Sure, and Hyder will stay up there in his palace and out of it.
He never puts his own neck in the noose.
This time he will. Hey, that mansion on Belmead hasn't changed Ferris Hyder. Deep down, he is still the same hungry, bitter, resentful sharecropper's kid. If he's mad enough and bloody enough, he'll get desperate. He'll take chances. And if he takes chances, he'll make the mistake of risking his own neck. You count on it.
Lieutenant, you fight a war with Ferris Hyder, he's got the advantage. I mean, he's got faster cars, he's got better lawyers, he's got better guns, and one hell of a lot more money.
I'll tell you what Sitting Bull told the Sioux before he took on Custer. I didn't call this powwow to take a vote. We are going to wipe out Ferris Hyder. Trace, bring him on.
Okay, man, let's go. Trump's here. Hit the track!
Freeze! On the ground. Move, on the ground. Very good.
Cato, coming.
You know what I got invested in that still? You know what Huff's costing me?
Just what do you expect me to do about it?
I expect you to earn your keep for a change.
I am a lobbyist, Mr. Hyder, not a fixer.
You are what I pay you to be. You get to Huff. You find out his price. You pay it.
Huff doesn't have a price, Mr. Hyder. My advice is to close everything down. Wait him out.
I don't need that kind of advice. It took me years to crawl out of the slime, and there ain't no cop going to push me back in it.
We're going to have some more trucks. And we're going to need a big one to handle all that gambling equipment in there.
You find the porno stuff?
Oh, movies, magazines, books. I've been in sewers cleaning that place. Lieutenant, it's sacrilege to say that you're wrong and that a rookie detective is right. But now we've knocked over 5 of Hyder's places, and he's doing exactly like I said he'd do. He's staying clear and letting all his people take the knives.
You get a little mileage, Trace, you get a little patience. We just keep kicking Hyder's tail until he can't stand the pain.
Yes, sir. Everything just fine.
All right, on your feet.
You move. Get over there. Sit down here. Sit down here, lady.
You get up here. You're breaking probation being in a place like this. The next time I catch you here, I'll send you back to the rock pile. Now you get home with your daddy. Look out on me, you yo-yo. I'll get the night watch to help me work on sugar. You guys pack it in.
And Mr. Fun, we'll take it to the river.
Nah, that always takes too long. Let's just lose the key to the John.
Ferris, I can't do anything more tonight. They're charging everything from pandering to violation of the plumbing code.
I don't want to hear that. Listen, you get my people out of there before one of them runs off the mouth and tells Huff that I'm running $500,000 worth of liquor into Chicago. Now, did you get the chicker?
I told him what you wanted to say about shipping the liquor. Now, don't worry your head about it. Chigger will make him work before he tells him.
You started lying the minute you sat down in that chair. You've been lying all night, and you're still lying.
Hey, you know you're violating my civil rights. I gotta go. I ain't gonna answer another word until you let me.
You can go to John as soon as we clean it up.
Oh, man, you told me that 4 hours ago. How long does it take?
Sometimes it takes all day, Chigger.
Anybody knows me knows I don't lie. So believe me, I probably can't prove that you killed Luther and Noble. But I know you were driving that blue Chevy in the hit and run in Printer's Alley the other night. And Chigger, as God is my witness, I'll bury you for killing that hooker.
I swear I wasn't driving no car.
Was Zelmo driving?
Hey, I'm about to bust, man. I gotta go.
Where's Zelmo?
Hey, I'm hurting. I'm really hurting.
Where do we find Zelmo?
I can't remember nothing no more.
But Chigger, we all but nailed Zelmo on the dock today. Now, does he work there? Don't he work there?
No, there's nothing going on down there for him to be working on. Hey, I'm telling y'all the truth. Hey, look. If I put you onto something, will you promise you won't let on where you got it? Okay. There's this dairy out on Mill Road, and there's a big shipment of booze going out there this afternoon in a milk truck. And Zelmo's gonna be running things.
Okay, Chigger. Go potty.
I think he's lying, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I know he's
I mean, they want us to hit the dairy because they plan to be somewhere else. All that business about Zelmo not working on a dock, come on.
Case, I think you've been taking your smart pills. They'll be on the river. Why don't you and Cato get some sleep? It's going to be hours before you see a bed. Okay.
There's Hyder's Thunderer, right on schedule. Cato, tell them to cut their engines.
Hyder Thunderer, heave to and stand by to be boarded. Heave to and stand by to be boarded.
Do what he says, but keep it in an idle. When he moves up alongside, then take off.
Stop those cutters.
Yes, sir. Captain Ann, this is Metro 8. Do you have passengers aboard?
Captain Ann to Metro 8. Negative. No passengers.
We're chasing a booze boat. Can you block the channel for us? Over.
We'll give it a try, Metro 8.
Units 35, 36, 42, and 75.
Move to specified locations on the Jefferson Street Bridge. Intercept two cutters, the Marion and the Thunderer, moving downstream at high speed. Check in when you're on station. Out.
They get too much distance in front of us. They can sneak those babies into a cove and slip out of dark. her gets to the bridge. They'll open fire. That'll slow her down. Maybe we can pick up some distance on her.
Metro 8, this is Unit 35. Thunderer got through. 3 men went over the side. Out.
Boys, by the time we dump all this booze, there ain't gonna be a sober fish between here and the Mississippi River.
Out for the cup.
You know better than that. You're talking to the man you call a vicious yo-yo.
This Macy, she's got hips just made for childbearing.
That grace appears.